Hey kids, LeAnne here with Happy Mail by LeAnne, happymailbyleanne.com. We're on our 6th installment of Scrap Your Stash, and I'm going to use 3 different stamp sets today. These 2 stamp sets, this one here and this one here, are just random stamps that I've put together in a case that I have. This stamp set is the Cherries, Checks, and Posies stamp set from 1995. But I'm going to use this stamp set, this chair, and this frame. I have noticed that I do have, in the last video, I used this stamp in a stamp set. So I noticed that I have a duplicate. So I'm going to take this duplicate and I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to keep gathering other stamps that I either don't like or don't want or never use. I might add this little teddy bear guy to it because I almost never use him. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to do a giveaway in a few months, probably a month or so, just because I think it will be fun to do a giveaway, and I would rather give these to you guys in a giveaway than sell all these individual stamps. So that's what we're doing with that. So I'm just going to set that to the side, and I'll show you what I've done. I've done some pre-work here. I took this little guy and some London Fog Memento ink, and I just stamped the checkerboard all the way around the perimeter of a card blank. This is a see, I messed up, so I just turned it over. This is a 5 1/4 by 4, I believe. Maybe it's smaller. It goes on a card front. Let's measure it. I'm tired this morning. Yeah, 5 1/4 by 4. That's what that is. So I've got that. Then I took my handy dandy frame and stamped a frame and colored it in red and green. And I stamped this, let's cut it out. I went to fussy cut. Not even a fussy cut, I'm just going to trim. I stamped this chair in gray, thinking that I would like to match the gray border on the other piece of paper, but I don't like it very much. So we're going to do something fun with this chair. And hopefully I like it. You know, it's always interesting when you're stamping and creating, and you know, some things you like, some things you don't like. It's okay. You just go with the flow. And we're almost done cutting this out. That's going to go right there, as square as possible on there. Except I really don't like the gray chair. It needs another pop of color. So we're going to get this chair out, and we're going to emboss our chair in red with red embossing powder. So I'm using my embossing buddy to prep my paper. I'm going to use a Versamark ink, Versamark water stamp ink, and I'm going to generously load my stamp. I'm really going to get a lot of ink on that stamp because I want my embossing powder to stick really nicely. I think that's good. Push down. I really want to apply a good amount of pressure to this. I have some Zing embossing powder in opaque finish, rouge. Rouge is red. Let's see. Here's the magic happens. Well, part of the magic happens. I'm gonna just make sure the whole thing is covered. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. I'm going to put the embossing powder back in the embossing powder jar so I don't make a mess, which I'm very good at. I am a mess maker. Mess maker, make me a mess. We will grab our heat tool and emboss this beautiful chair. I didn't preheat my heat gun, so it's going to take a minute to heat up. I love this chair. This is one of my favorite stamps. It reminds me of Mary Engelbright. And I love Mary Engelbright stuff. I don't have much cause to use the chair. You see that starting to melt. I don't know if you can see it melting, but I can see it melting. I want to make sure they're all melted so that I can cut it out and I don't lose any of the image. There we go. We have a beautifully embossed chair. I'm gonna let it cool for a minute because I don't want to mess up the embossing. So I'm gonna clean the stamp while we wait for that to dry. I really need to wash this. Good until someone pokes an eye out. Is that from a line from a movie. Since we did red, we're going to do a red card base. So let me cut that card base 5.5. Score it. It's easier to make it straight when you score it with a score. It's so easy to make your card crooked when you fold it without a score line. Because I'm extra today, we're going to score it on both sides. I said I'm extra today. I'm extra every day, you guys. The easiest way I've found to get these straight is to line the corners up. I don't know if you can see that. Line the corners up and pinch them together. I'm pushing the card up against the scoreboard, so I can get these corners straight. And then I'm just going to hold them, push them down up against the scoreboard, and then push down my crease. And I get a perfect fold almost every time when I do that. So I don't like it when I make a card and I fold it and it's askew like this. I want my corners to be matchy poo poo. So I think I want to take some black ink. I do. Do I want Memento or Staz On? Let's use the Memento. It's Memento, not Momento. I'm just gonna run my black ink along the edge of my paper to give it some definition and to tie in the black from the frame. I'm going to do it along my card base as well. There was a time in scrapbooking and stamping that everything got the edges inked in brown or black. I've noticed a trend that doesn't happen so much anymore. And I'm going to do it on here too, just for cohesiveness. And because some of that white paper is showing through, and I don't want the white paper to show through, I just want it to be black. I haven't told you any funny story today. I don't really have one. I did have something interesting. One of my kids brought a friend over. They're adults. They're, you know, this kid that he brought over is probably 27. I'm just gonna fussy cut this. But this kid, my son introduced me to this kid, or this guy, and the guy immediately apologized to me for being himself. And I said, never apologize for being you. There's nothing wrong with you. And he was like, oh wow, good point. And as the night went on, he kept apologizing for himself, just for being him. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He just was showing his personality and having a good time, and you know, just kept apologizing, and I just kept telling him, don't apologize, don't ever apologize just for being you. There's nothing wrong with you. And that is, unless you intentionally hurt someone or are just being a jerk, even because you're having a bad day or whatever, then apologize. But just being you, just being yourself, as long as you're not a grumpy Gus, you know. Some people are not pleasant to be around. Don't apologize to yourself. Live unapologetically about yourself. Live unapologetically. Okay, that's much better. I'm going to assemble this to an extent. I'm just trying to center this on the red. Look how nice that looks. I'm going to try and center this as best I can. Doesn't really center. And it's not going to look straight no matter what I do because this checkerboard isn't straight. There's that. And then let's... Uh-oh. Something fell on my foot. That was my embossing gum. Let's put a spring on this cat chair. I kind of want to color in these flowers. I kind of do, I kind of don't. I'm afraid. I'm thinking about coloring some of this stuff in gray. Let's just do it. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. So I have this, I have this watercolor brush. I'm gonna squeeze my London Fog lid so I get ink on the lid. Didn't get very much ink on the lid, but and then I'm going to just paint. I'm going to paint all of it. I want the polka dots. I'm going to try to avoid the seams. No, I'm liking that already. Oh, that's much better. Except I didn't get enough ink on my lid. That's better. That's better. I don't want to go too dark with it. I just want a settled look. That sounds, a settled look sounds like the beginning line of a naughty story in a romance novel. He looked at her, he gave her a sudden look from across the room. Ooh. I don't read romance novels, so I have no idea if that's how they go or not. But I would like to have a chair like this, like with, has different fabrics, floral and polka dot, and I think that's so kitschy and cute. Cute. But I have all the furniture I'll ever need, so I don't have room for a kitschy cute chair. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's much better. It needed some color, and I need a piece of scratch paper. I don't have one. Here we go. Clean off that brush. Now we'll put the spring on. So painting that made the paper curl, so let's see if we can uncurl the paper or curl it back the other way. I don't know how these are supposed to go on. I like the hard bit. This bit is hard and this bit is flimsy. I like the hard bit to go down. But that might be wrong. Maybe there's no wrong, right or wrong. Maybe it is just a just do it kind of deal. Just get it done. Now, I'm going to try and line this up as best I can. There we go. One cute chair card. Does it need anything else? Maybe a sentiment. Or some flowers. Do some big flowers. I don't like that. I have this word sentence. I have this word. I can't even think. This says blessing on it. I can stamp it right across here. But what color shall we stamp it in, LeAnne? I think we'll stamp it in black. I'm going to use my Memento tuxedo black to stamp that across there. Having a chair to sit in is a blessing. Let's get it square. If this ruins the whole card, then it's going in the trash. Oh, look at that. I love it. I love it. Looks great. Blessing. Nice card. Pretty good for a bunch of scrap, bunch of random stamps that don't really go together but sort of match. I really like it. I hope you enjoy it as well. With that, I'm going to close the video. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching.